Hello, my name is Angelina Quan and welcome back to this AMC series. Today we'll continue our discussion of number theory from last time and we'll do some problems regarding prime factorization, primes, composite numbers, and integers from what we've just talked about in the last two videos. So let's look at a problem. The problem is that how many positive integers or that are divisors, so positive divisors of 960 has exactly 6 positive divisors. This is a little bit different from what we looked at last times, but you could use what we've just talked about to solve this. So how we'll approach this is first you look at this and you think, oh my God, this is such a hard problem, right? But if you really look close at it, we're just breaking this problem down into smaller parts to really understand what's behind this problem. So positive divisors of 960. What do we know about positive divisors of 960? You know that it must be like, this is the prime factorization of 960. And what you know is that the exponent of the positive divisors has to be less than this, but greater than 0. So let's find the prime factorization of 960. What we know is that 960 is 8 times 120, which equals 8 times 8 times 3 times 5, and then that's 2/3 times 2 to the 3rd power times 3 times 5. So let me clear this. So now what you know is that 960 is equal to 2 to the 6 times 3 times 5, and its positive divisors must follow the rule which we talked about last time, which is that the positive divisors has to be, its exponent has to be less than 6, less than 1, and less than 1. Now, we want this positive divisor to have 6 positive divisors. That sounds really complicated. But let's break it down. What they want is an integer x, where when you find its prime factorization, I'm just using the same variables because it's easy. And actually, we know what P1, P2, P3 is. They are 2, 3, and 5. So you want E1 plus 1 times E2 plus 1 times E3 plus 1 equal to 6. Now, how can we get 6? We'll get it from 2 times 3. So we know one of these is 1, one of these is 2, one of these is 3. So 1 of E1 equals 1. I'm just assigning this without the loss of generality. And then E3 equals 3. Let's just say that is, but let's ignore that there are 2, 3, and 5. Just ignored it. And then now we know that the exponent of 2 must be 3. Or here, we'll figure out one thing, which is that you have to plus 1 here. So now we know that E1 equals 0, E2 equals 1, E3 equals 2. Now we know that E3 is the exponent of 2 because there's no other way. And sorry, my computer just glitched. So going back to our problem, Now we know 2, the exponent of 2 must be 2. So now we just have to figure out 3 and 5. And we realize that 0 and 1 could work with both of them. So what do we do now? Oh, go back to the problem. Now when you go back to the problem and look at it, it tells you that you want to find all of the positive integers of 960 that has exactly 6 positive integers. So you try 0, 1 for one, and you try 1, 0 for another. So now, if you just do the math, 2 to the second power is 4. 4 times 0 times 4 times 1 times 5 is 20. So you get 20, and 4 times 3 times 1 is 12. So you get your answer here. Look, that's a complicated problem which we break into parts. And now, as you can see, we just use the techniques which we've just learned before, and it doesn't seem that difficult. It's conquerable, and we solved it. So that's the magic of number theory. And thank you so much for watching, and I hope I see you in the next video. Bye.